Hey, good morning, everybody. Tim Knox here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It is another yucky day in Alabama. Today is the 27th of April. We should be a month into spring, but Mother Nature just cannot make up her mind what she wants to do. It's going to be like 50 with rain, and then tomorrow it'll be like 80 with sun. But welcome to Alabama. The weather changes here more than I change my socks, which about once a week, I think. Anyway, hey, starting something new today, and I'm calling this the Real Estate Minute, although rarely am I able to make any point in less than a minute, as you probably know. But the point is, every day or every 3 or 4 times a week, whichever, I'm going to come out and give you just a little bit of information to help make the home buying and selling process easier on you. I want to spend some time talking about just the basics of how things work. A lot of people don't know exactly how things work when you do buy a home. And so, yeah, that's the whole point. So today is kind of a test video, kind of a trial run to make sure this is something that I can do. You see, I'm already over a minute, and I haven't even gotten to the point. So today I want to talk about pre-qualification. Now, what is pre-qualification and how does it apply to the home buying process? Pre-qualification, I'm going to read this off the screen because it's a very formal thing, and then I'll tell you what it really means. Mortgage pre-qualification is an informal evaluation of your creditworthiness and how much home you can afford. Pre-qualification indicates whether you meet minimum requirements for a loan and how big that loan will be. Pre-qualification is an important step for those who aren't sure whether they're financially ready for home ownership. That's important. Keep that thought in mind. Basically, what pre-qualification means is you sit down with a lender and you fill out a little bit of paperwork, and they do a cursory check of your credit history, your salary, your employment, and they are just kind of coming up with an amount of money that you can borrow. How much house can you afford? Now, I got to be honest here. Getting pre-qualified for one amount does not mean that you can afford to live in that house. This is a mistake a lot of folks will make. They'll go to a lender and they'll get pre-qualified based on their salary and their credit worthiness and their debt load. They may be pre-qualified for a $300,000 house. However, they can't afford that $300,000 house because when it comes to figuring out their monthly payments, even though on paper it looks good, and even though the bank will probably loan them that amount of money, that could push the envelope. So what I recommend to my clients is get pre-qualified, but keep in mind, just because you are pre-qualified for a certain amount does not mean you need a house that expensive. Now, why get pre-qualified? Well, a couple of reasons. It proves that you are able to buy the real estate. If I am a seller and you come to me making an offer on my home and you have not been pre-qualified, I'm probably not going to look at that offer very closely because you haven't proven to me that you're a serious buyer and that you can afford what I'm selling. So that's the big thing in pre-qualification. And as an agent, I like to have all of my buyers pre-qualified because it's not going to waste my time and it's not going to waste the time of the seller. The worst thing that can happen is if I find a buyer and I take the buyer to the seller and turns out they can't afford that house. You know what they say when you assume things? It makes an ass out of you and me to a certain degree. So that's why you get pre-qualified. If you're thinking about buying a house, sit down with a lender, sit down with a mortgage company, fill out a little bit of paperwork, and you get pre-qualified. Now, just because you're pre-qualified does not mean you are pre-approved. That's the next step, and we're going to talk about that in the next video, getting pre-approved so you've got that letter in hand when you're out house hunting that says, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm serious. Look, I have been pre-approved. I can buy this house. That's a big deal. So, hey, I hope that was helpful. Get pre-qualified. Always look for a nice local, reputable lender. I like working with local folks. We can make several recommendations. Hey, don't forget, if you are in the market for a house, either buying or selling, I would love to work with you. I'm Tim Knox. I'm with the Hammer and Sales team at Keller Williams, and you can reach me either here on Facebook. You can drop a comment below, private message me, or you can give me a call directly. I sleep with my cell phone. It's a lonely life. 256-679-0704. My email is timknox@kw.com. So, bottom line of this 1-minute video, which is now at 5 minutes, get pre-qualified to show buyers that you are serious and to find out how much house you can afford. All right? I hope you enjoyed this real estate 5 minutes and 30-second video. They'll get shorter.